y'all. I sound bad, I know, and I'm pre recording this on the 28th of June, 2025. Y'all saw the articles in the beginning, right? I put it to some music. I used the greater Seattle area as an example. This time I'm not clipping any particular article from any particular newspaper. The consequences of the SNAP benefits being cut back is that a whole lot of grocery stores are about to start closing. But before we get to that, this free talk, let's get to two people who understand proximity to food and how I feel that their channels could help you in the future. We'll go ladies first. This is Hook It Up Homestead, where she lives in Texas, right? And she grows a lot of things, and it's been great to see her grow because last I checked, she was at 60 something subs, and now she's at 90, which means we're getting the word out to grow your own food. A channel like hers is going to be essential for how to plant, and even if you don't live in that climate, Texas is an especially interesting climate. Pardon my words. Therefore, you need to learn and understand your zones so that you can plant things properly. She plants a variety of things, and it's encouraging. It's not just so much of what she plants, it's the cheap and very efficient ways that she plants these things, the ability to reuse stuff. So, yep, the shout outs are back. I haven't ingrained them in my videos in a while. Hadn't been feeling too well. My breathing is kind of labored now, so pardon me. But yes, it's not just what she's planting, it's the method and how she gets her seeds. Some from like the Dollar Tree, something I still need to do. If you can, please sub to Hook It Up Homestead. She stays on the planting all year round. I think that some things that she's teaching could be beneficial to you. The second person grows some things on his property, but he has also been a cook in a great capacity for 20 plus years, and that's Brandon of Palm Beach. Brandon is familiar with ingredients, and he cooks budget meals, so he could give you a sense of how to cook on a budget or how to survive in a way, though he may not think that. Some stuff you're going and buying pre-made is easier to make at your own home than you think. And I think he has some tips and techniques for how to cook budget meals. You have to know how to stretch things. Though he eats great at his job, I'm sure there's ways that he's learned how to stretch things throughout the years when you're in that position of being a cook for 20 plus years. Brandon has this great way of teaching you how to stretch things to the absolute limit if you have to. Given this economy, you're gonna have to learn that skill. This is why these two shout outs are essential. Check their channels out, learn some techniques on how to grow and how to cook on a budget. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm now showing you images. We're not talking about any one article here, and it won't even be clipped down. If you go Google grocery stores are closing, every last one of you will see that grocery stores in your area are going to slowly start to close, and some of it has to do with SNAP benefits. Across the United States, as many as 27,000 grocery stores are slated to be closing within a short amount of time. Don't believe me when you see the article about SNAP, go look it up. Some things, this is back to what I told you. I'm not going to tell you all everything. Or maybe I'm not going to show you. I'm going to test you to see if you're going to go do your research. If this many stores are closing, why would a whole lot of trucks need to move? It goes back to that conversation we had about making communities, building communities with people both within your peripheral, which means your close community, and on this global community as much as you can. For the United States of America, as vast as this country is, 27,000 closures is catastrophic. And I don't see a lot of YouTubers who normally talk about this they're just talking about how things have disappeared off shelves, not the physical closing of the stores. This is a very disturbing trend going on in our country right now. And there are two things that's going to combat that, and we already talked about it in the shout outs. Number one, controlling your proximity to food as much as you can. Whether you know local farmers or whether you're going to grow it. Because some of us are not hunter-gatherers. I don't want to go out and slaughter a cow. Sorry, YouTube, that's the word. We'll say unalive a cow, okay? I don't want to go pew-pew rabbits. I don't want to go pew-pew turtles and airfowl. I don't want to do it. But I know plenty of people around me who sell eggs, and I need to spend honey, and I need to start making more relationships with them. The honey thing, come on, I really ain't got to do that. But the rest of it, yes. Number two, and the reason I shouted out Brandon of Palm Beach, is you're going to have to learn how to stretch what's in your home. I think people ignore these warnings and want to say we're all fear-mongering because the ideal of it scares you. But most people listening to me right now, your great-grandparents or your great-great-grandparents lived off the land. This concept of going to one big old air-conditioned space and buying whatever you want is fairly new. And from what I'm reading online and seeing and understanding, it is collapsing right before our eyes. I told you this is the dead horse that I don't mind beating. Go Google it, grocery stores closing, and see the astounding number. When I typed it in, it automatically gave me the greater Seattle area because it's probably mapped me here because this is where I live. I go in my local grocery store now, for example, to buy coconut oil for my soap, and they try to push it in a way up to the front like they got enough. I always grab the first two. And you can only see 2 to 3 more in the back. The illusion. And I'll go back sometimes the next day or 2 days after. Same thing. Stuff is about to stop moving. And as much as you all dislike Amazon, the way that they got that thing going, you're not going to have any choice but use Amazon as your second backup grocery, or Etsy or eBay. Now this sounds crazy to y'all. I'm just telling you how this is going down. The fact that they're automating trucks, the fact that grocery stores are closing, your convenience that you have been accustomed to is going away. Again, I love all my subs. Even if I don't know you that well, please understand if some of y'all unsub, I understand. I'm not fear-mongering you. For a country as large as the United States of America, 27,000 grocery stores closing, and some of it having to do with SNAP benefits, is catastrophic. And to boot, if you go do your stats now, for the first time in, I would say, decades, food banks can't keep up with demand. And some of those were using government benefits, and now that's gone. What are these people telling you? See, this is why I send certain people things. Everybody's like, oh, you're a blessing to me, and I'm grateful for that. But more than anything, stuff is not going to get easier out here. Everything's going to be a continuous hustle, a continuous struggle, unless you have gathered with your community of like-minded people to barter food and to share food. If you've already made those connections by 2030, people can say they know you. If you're getting online crying and complaining about it instead of making those connections offline, in other words, not plugging out of the matrix, it's about to suck for you. There is no other way around this. I mean, are you listening right now? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yeah, I kind of see this, or are you listening? Hearing means it can go out in one ear and out the next. Listening means you're going to apply it. It's about to go down for real. And that you already have people buying Christmas gifts ahead of time. You already got people back to school shopping, which of course, naturally in the South and some other parts of the United States, next week these kids go back to school, probably early as this week. Of course, in Washington State, they don't go back to September, but still. I went ahead and got me some sticky notes because I write those on the packages and stuff that hold my soap to let me know when it stopped curing, so I can go ahead and sell it. This shows me that people are waking up when I say this, and that they're taking terror seriously to a degree, but you need to take it a lot more seriously than you have been. All right, I invite y'all to go look up the grocery stores, see what I'm trying to tell you. Because when I saw that, it brought alarm bells. But to be fair, I get some of my produce out, no matter how expensive it is, from the local farms, and I just go build those relationships. All right, get prepared. That's the best thing I can tell you. And don't take this as a game. This hadn't been a game for a while. Be ready to grow your own food in 2026 and beyond. Be ready to make the relationships, no matter how expensive they are on the surface, in your own community. I know I keep saying 27,000, but 27,000 in a country of over 303 million people. That is, you would say, oh, that's a small number. But how many people go and shuffle through those stores in certain areas? All right, get prepared, stay prepared. It's going to be a bumpy ride.